Parkinson's doesn't clock out at 5 p.m. In fact, some of the hardest battles happen when the world goes quiet at night. Stiffness that locks your legs, meds that wear off at 2 a.m., or dreams so real your partner has to duck.
Today, we're pulling back the covers on Parkinson's at night. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for another rousing bout of Shakey and Fakey. And you'll want to hear my expertly general news, where we hear that, believe it or not, magic mushrooms aren't just for the 70s anymore.
In a world where the ground feels shaky and memory is optional, two men will rise, armed with microphones, dry humor, and a suspicious number of pill bottles. They'll face tremors, stiffness, and the ultimate challenge, recording a podcast without forgetting what they were talking about. This is where Parkinson's gets real. This is Life in Motion, the Parkinson's podcast. Rated P for please take your meds first. Now, grab your earbuds, unless you forgot where you put them. Then just turn the volume up because today's episode is ready to go. Now, here are Bryce and Brian.
All right. Well, welcome back to Life in Motion, the Parkinson podcast. As always, I'm Bryce, and I'm here with my buddy Brian. Brian, how are you today?
Doing wonderful, my friends. Looking forward to another great episode.
Me too. And if you're just joining us, this channel is all about the real stuff, right? With Parkinson's, sharing stories, humor, and support for living their life with Parkinson's. So before we get started, if you're here right now, in the comments, what is the hardest part of nighttime with Parkinson's for you? Brian and I read every comment, and we'd love to hear you right off the bat.
Exactly. Parkinson's at night is one of those under-discussed realities. So let's dig into it. Let's pull back the covers.
Absolutely, Brian. Nights, it's like a whole another chapter of the day for me, right? Like you have the whole day, but then it's like when the lights go dim and the darkness comes, it's like,
so true.
What's gonna happen tonight? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh
There's
man,
the only predictability in Parkinson's is the unpredictability.
that's well said.
Right.
You're absolutely right. One night isn't like the other. It's like we,
No.
And you don't know. My nights go like this sometimes, Brian. I fall asleep. Well, Let me back up. Here goes some of my nights. If I fall asleep. So I got, here's my 50-50 chance.
So let's start with that though. Do you have difficulty falling asleep normally? Or is it a crapshoot?
It's one or the other. Like it's not even in, it's not, there's no even in between, Brian. Like mine, if I go to bed and it's going to be a good night for me, I think it's going to be a good night. It's like I close my eyes and I'm gone. I'm gone. Like a tornado could rip through the house, bombs could be going off, dogs barking, and I'm out. I'm out like a light.
Wow.
Or I go to bed, I go to close my eyes, and then they open right back up, and it feels like I'm going, it's can't be bedtime. It's not bedtime. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do things. I'm ready to record a podcast. Come on, Brian, you up? Let's rock and roll. And so they're completely opposite. There's no in between for me.
I agree. I never have problem falling asleep. I've got that figured out. I don't know how I figured it out, but that works. What doesn't work is 2 to 4 hours later. Like the other night, 2 hours later, I woke up and I had just finished a very vivid dream.
Oh, yes.
Physical, right? Like it was physical. They were crawling up. And last thing I remember is just screaming very loud, flailing.
Wow.
And then I woke up and I was at the bottom of my bed.
Wow. And beads of sweat on the top of your head. Like you're
100%.
Like you're going through it, right?
And trying to go to sleep after that. Like my adrenaline was like I just played a hockey game. You know what I mean? You skated for an hour.
Oh my God. Brian, I get it. I really get it. I feel, when I have those dreams, I mean, normally those my vivid dreams, and they happen quite often. And I mean, we're flying all over the place here, but that's okay.
We are.
my vivid dreams, like I am literally being chased by something, or I'm running. Same thing. Okay, yeah, it's like I'm
saving somebody, right?
Well, yeah, either or. 100%. I'm either saving
the bride or whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's like I'm a superhero. I'm like a, like James Bond. Like I got stuff happening. And I don't, there's no beginning. I always start right in the middle. Like, I don't know about you, but it's sort of like I get parachuted into like the scenario, and next thing I know, it's like, oh my gosh, and there's guns shooting, and things
Mission
are
Impossible.
Yeah, and the music's playing, and I'm running, and I'm doing things. I'm doing things in my dreams that I was about to say that I haven't done for years, physically,
Right.
but it's probably I've never done. I mean, I'm scaling buildings, I'm doing somersaults in the air, and I wake, but I feel like when I come out of that dream, that's like my body actually did what I saw because it's so beat up and tired.
Totally. I remember one time I came out of the closet and my arm was bleeding. My dream drew blood. Like, how does that happen?
Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? Like, that's just incredible.
So early days into my diagnosis, like it was days in, I had a really bad, vivid dream. And I actually woke up and I was on top of Lori, like in a fighting position.
Whoa.
And that's it. You need to leave this room.
That's scary.
I can't have that risk.
Wow.
So yeah, we parted ways mutually in that regard. Because
just that night though, like you're still married. You're just that night. You're parted ways.
I still do the dishes, and she's still a great cook. It's all good. No, it's all good. Yeah, we'll be best.
That is scary though, Brian. Right? And I mean, it is. And you have no control. It's not like you have control over it.
No.
It's not.
I probably have one of those, maybe 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I would like to not have them at all. But again, as we started this conversation off, we go to bed not knowing what to expect. And I don't know whether I'm going to have one of those or not. Like, there's no. I'd rather not. But you can't control it.
No, you can't. And for me, like my dreams are, again, I'm being chased. I'm either trying to save Carmen from the world, or I have Carmen and we're running and holding hand, and I'm like, we got to get out of here because these nurses in this place are trying to kill me and they're trying to poison me, and it's wild, right? And that's when I sleep. So it's what's crazy about it when you think about this. That's the sleeping. So I wake up exhausted from my dream, but other times I'm laying there staring at the ceiling fan, just like it's like a 3 a.m. right? We're having, and that's the thing, Brian. Like, the doctors don't see us. They don't see us at 3 a.m.
Right.
Having the ceiling fan stare down, right? But we all do, right? We all have those stories, and for me, those nights are, it's just a crazy. And I think that's why it's really hard for someone with Parkinson's to explain it, because it's not a normal, I just can't sleep. I'm tossing and turning. My mind is racing. And of course, our minds are racing and we are thinking of things, but it's a different kind, right? Like and I try to explain it to Carmen sometimes. It's because she feels so bad. Like, there was about a couple of weeks ago, I was 3 nights in a row with no sleep, like 3 solid nights. So I was on day 4 of no sleep. I mean, no naps, no sleep. And we were getting ready for bed, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I really hope you sleep tonight. I really hope you sleep tonight. Like, I just don't get it." And like she was kind of upset about it. And I'm like, me too. Like, it's nothing I'm doing, and I'm doing my routine, right? I've got all my little tricks in my bag and things I'm doing. And I'm not going to say that my tricks and my hacks don't work anymore, because they do. They really do. But it's just, there's something almost overpowering behind that awakeness, right? It's like my body, my brain's mixed up. And anyway, when I am awake at night, like, there's no, how some people would say, like, just close your eyes, lay still, and count sheep or something, right? I mean, I know I'm not tired. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Sometimes I'll just get out of bed and go down on the computer and work on something.
Well, and you know what? You're right. And that's what I start doing now as well. I got a little, notepad beside me, or I grab my phone and I just start taking notes. And, thankfully, Carmen sleeps enough that I can talk while she's sleeping, and I just start kind of working. And I'm thinking either that's going to, and don't get me wrong, there are some times when maybe around that 4 or 5 a.m., which is, I don't know, I think it's worse, where I'm just kind of like, I'm on my phone or I'm on my computer working, and then I just kind of like dodge out.
Exactly.
Right? And then an hour later, my alarm goes off, and it's like, and I'm like, oh, and then I feel even more tired. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's crazy. But I don't know, Brian. So that's, for me, that's like that insomnia on off insomnia thing. But when I'm not in that insomnia, and back to your point, you said that happens, like your dreams, like maybe 3-4 times a year. My insomnia thing, it probably happens, once a month, where I'll go for a little stretch, or, or whatever. But normally, on my normal nights, right? Like, here's what night brings: cramps, it brings stiffness, bathroom trips, the vivid dreams. Like, it's totally relentless.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I find the nights really consistent, though. Like, there, I don't get much difference in one night to the other. It could be a vivid dream, non-vivid dream, but at the end of the day, the experience, I tend not to freeze overnight. So a lot of my symptoms go dormant, other than bladder, trying to sleep.
Yes.
And then, as you know, I have to get up twice in the night to take medication.
Yeah.
So it's like you said before, we've got these 8 3-hour windows every day that we have to get through the cycle, and the cycle is the meds, and the meds drag some, a bunch of tin cans behind it, and one is insomnia, and one's this, and one's something else, right?
You're totally right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. I think for me, and again, just for clarity, right? So you get up and you take your meds, you keep your pace, you keep that regular pace through the night. For me, I don't do that. For me, I started, I take a extended release levodopa now at night, and just before I go to bed, and that seemed to really help. It's helped me wake up a little bit better, like not as stiff, like, and I think I've told you this before, but so when I first got diagnosed 15 years ago, and my doctor, when we were going through everything, and he said, "So when are your worst days?" And I'm getting to a point here, because it's something that you just said, that he said, when do you feel the worst? This is 15 years ago. And I said, the mornings are awful. The mornings are just awful for me. I feel like an old man. I feel like, the Tin Man.
Yeah.
And he said, that's really strange. That's really weird, because most people are normally Parkinson's, that REM sleep, when you get into a REM sleep, your symptoms are non-existent. Like, you got everything. And so you wake up feeling better. And I went, whoa, well, sir, don't know what to tell you. That's not me. I wake up like awful. And, and now, probably about 5 years into it, he said to me at one time, he said, "So how are your mornings?" And I said, "Oh, the mornings are awful." He says, "Yeah, that's consistent. That's consistent with what's going on in the world." So obviously research or there are more people who are having issues in the morning. But to that point is, at the time, movement disorder specialist said that when you fall into that REM deep sleep, that all of your symptoms, your side effects aren't or supposed to be there. You're supposed to be just in this bliss. So I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm just curious, with me taking pills twice in the night, and my mornings are my best time of the day, quite frankly. And for you, it's the worst.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, and we know it's the snowflake disease, and no two people shall have the same. But it's just interesting that you take a time release, you have a crappier morning. I take two full doses of medicine at 2:30 a.m. and 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And I wake up. Now I wake up tired. I'll give you that. But see, I can be up 3, and then I'm going to be up 2 anyways to have the pills. But I can be up another 3 or 4 after that, using the bathroom.
See, here's the thing. You're totally right, Brian. If I met it up, if I kept going, you're right. I would be a normal. I would be on. I'd wake up on, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But my problem is why I can't do what you do, is because if I wake up at any time in the night to go to the bathroom or to take a pill, I'm up. Like, I can't go back to sleep. And that's why I can't get up, because if I set my alarm for 2:30 to wake up and take my pills, I would be up every day at 2:30. There's just no going back. It just doesn't happen, right? Which stinks. I wish I could. I really wish I could. And I think, how about this in the comments? What are you? Is it morning, afternoon, night? When's your best time on Parkinson's and when's your worst. So you can put like best morning, worst afternoon. That's Brian.
Yeah.
Right. Mine is worst morning, best afternoon. Like, you know, and the evenings we'll just throw that in as we're all the same. It's up and down and who knows where we're going to go. But
so that's what you and I always fight about whether we have the meeting in the morning or the afternoon. I want it in the morning, and you want it in the afternoon.
So true. It's so true. Yeah, it's so true. I mean, like that. It's so funny, Brian. They're like, hey, when you know, if we can't go live, we have to pre-record, which we're doing today. And so we're both involved in a super walk this weekend coming up. So we'll be out raising money for Parkinson's in different parts of the country, and so we're excited about that. And Brian's raised a heck of a lot more than I have, so which is wonderful. But it's really great. So we can't go live, but it's so funny when we're trying to, Brian's like, okay, when do you want to do it? Like, how about like 7 a.m. your time, and I'm like, how about like 5 p.m. your time, and we're going back and forth. So we try to we're trying to meet in the middle, right? So it's sort of like Brian will start off really good, and I'll start off slow, and then his is going to kick it out, and mine's just kicking in, but it just proves that everybody's so different, and I really would love to see these comments to see, if you look at again, how varied it is and how different it is, right? And I guess to that end, how about another comment where, in the comments, but like, do you take meds through the night? That'd be really cool to see how many people are taking meds through the night and how many people aren't. And
that would be good, actually.
Yeah, it'd be really neat. So do that for us if you don't mind. We read and respond to every comment. And remember, it's what's wild about this community and what we do, Brian, is that 99% of the people that watch all of the programs on the channel don't just watch the program, they actually watch and read the comments. And so because they're in there, recording
in there.
It's wild. It's like it's this great, kind of movement that's happening. And I even hear people like, hey, you guys and your cronies, you're great. And I'm like, our cronies, our followers, like, I don't know. It's like, what are we doing? But so that's really great. So we'd love to hear from you in the comments about that. And
absolutely.
And if you haven't subscribed to the program, subscribe, because here's the thing. You know what? As professional and polished as Brian and I seem to be right now, as you look at this, you're like, wow, this is like really this is like Hollywood production here. We're hit and miss on their lives, and I mess things up. We hit record the wrong way, and so if you subscribe and hit the little bell for a notification, you'll be notified when we are live and when we have a new video coming out. So make sure you do that.
Perfect.
For sure. And Brian, one thing though, let's go back to the very, very beginning of the video, and you said, you woke up, unfortunately, and I don't want to bring this up that way, but
it's okay.
But with Lori, right, and what was happening there. And so I think the one thing that we forget about, or not forget about, that we really have to pull into the conversation is the caregiver, right? It's like double duty, like broken sleep, because we're waking them up, there's constant worry, like what is our caregiver going through? And it's really hard sometimes for us, or for anybody for that matter, who's struggling at night to stop and look at the person beside us and see that what they're going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they've got us to worry about, but they've got themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not spending, I'll speak for myself, spending so much time being concerned and so forth for our caregivers. Not that we take advantage of them. We have limitations, things like fatigue and whatnot set in. And it's frustrating to have to watch it. But, caregivers, they deal with broken sleep. And trying to balance their own rest and being on call at the same time. I typically do not bother Lori at night.
Right.
In fact, I can almost say never, but I'll say once just to give me wiggle room that I'm not 100%. But
you don't ever run in there, kick her door down like you're in the middle of a dream, kick her door down, and like
no, I haven't. Furthest I've gone to that extent was a walk-in closet at the old house. That's about it.
Well, that's a really good point, because Carmen and I still share a bed, and we're going to be like, try to do that forever, right? Like that's the goal,
for sure.
And that's what we're going to do. And but to that end, I know that when I know that when I am having trouble sleeping and whatnot, I think it weighs on her as well, because she'll be rolling over and checking on me. Come on, can I help? Is there anything I can do? Is there anything that you need me to get for you? And to that end, I mean, so now, and here's what I always say to her, and if you're a caregiver, a care partner, and that's happening, I always say this. I'm like, look, you need to not worry about me tonight, and you need to sleep, because the bottom line is, if we both wake up tired tomorrow and both wake up cranky, like, I need you tomorrow, probably, right? Like, one of us has to be okay here. Like, one of us has to be the strong one today. So you need your sleep, so that tomorrow and because we've talked about this even in the last podcast, Brian, that fatigue and being tired, accentuates your symptoms at some points, right? So you're going to be right. You're off. You're maybe more moody, and if they are feeling the same thing, it's a recipe for disaster. It really is.
And the natural reaction for people when they get up in the morning, let's say I got up first and Lori walks into the kitchen, she's going to say good morning and how was your night? How did you sleep? I'm going to say good morning, and I always have a shitty sleep. What part of the French? But
hey, I said it last episode too, and I didn't apologize. So we're good now. We're wide open now.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyhow, if I offend anybody, I apologize. But
realistically,
it's damn it, so frustrating. So frustrating.
I know. And that's the thing. We've tried not to. So, for example, that question, "How did you sleep?" We try not to ask it anymore, because it is, whether I slept or I didn't sleep, I don't want to think of, you know what I mean? I just want to just go with the day, right?
It's like having a Band-Aid ripped off every morning.
Yeah, every morning it's like, okay, and it's like, it should be like the music should be playing, like, okay, how did Bryce sleep last night? And we'll check in tomorrow morning. And so it's sort of, I kind of, for me personally, I'm like, look, let's not even ask that question anymore. Let's just, because number one is I don't want to preset the day. So in other words,
right.
If Carmen's like, how'd you sleep last night? I'm like, oh, it was awful. Oh, okay. All right. So I'll tiptoe around you, or maybe you're going to be tired, or maybe I can watch for this. Like, I don't even want to set that up. Let's just move on. Hey, good morning. It's going to be a good day, right? No matter what I did up till now, it's going to be a great day, and I'm looking forward to it. So I don't know.
I would love to hear from the care partners out there as to how they manage this.
Absolutely.
I'm putting my hand up, asking for help, and also at the same time, wanting to help others by getting their message through me to others.
You're right.
It's a huge opportunity for a better experience.
There's no question. Yeah. So if you're a caregiver, in the comments, throw it in there. Here, here's how you deal with it, or here's what we're doing, or these are some of the things I'm looking for. And and you can be specific, you can make it long, because believe me, a lot of caregivers are reading the comments, and that may help them as well. So I think that's
exactly.
Important point, Brian. And on that point, Brian, because this is a segment that I've been really enjoying lately. I think it's time for Brian's expertly general news. There's a tongue twister, and I said it really slowly there.
I didn't
mess it up, so I'm going to do it. Now it's time for Brian's expertly general news. And you know what? This week's headlines are sizzling.
They are. Hey everyone, it's time for our weekly Parkinson's update, and I'm having a lot of fun doing this, so I'll just sidebar quickly. I constantly have my spidey senses up, looking for opportunities to share information on some of the latest and greatest stuff, and some of it's sexy, and some of it's just, oh, that's kind of neat. You get some aha moments, right? So with that in mind, the first big thing I've got here is with a big pharma deal. First up, there was a $2 billion with a B dollar deal between Novartis and Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals. So they're teaming up on the therapy aimed at alpha-synuclein. I knew I was going to get that one wrong. The sticky protein at the heart of Parkinson's. When Big Pharma puts this much money on the table, it means they're not just hopeful, they're actually betting the house. So if you translate that, which is awesome, human trials are coming fast. So, this is a big investment. They're doubling down, more to come. So I'm giving you the headlines today and more of the story to follow, because in the world of Parkinson's, things don't happen overnight, but things do happen for sure. And next area, which was very interesting, is magic mushrooms and psychedelics. Magic mushrooms aren't just for the 70s anymore. There's a groundbreaking psilocybin trial which showed improvements in mood, cognition, and even motor control for people with Parkinson's. And here's the wild part. The benefits lasted for months after just 2 sessions. From Woodstock to neurology ward, psychedelics are having a glow up. This one is huge. Again, I'm going to keep my finger on the pulse of as many of these as I can to bring further updates down the road. Another one is a blood test for early detection. So imagine this, a simple blood test that can detect Parkinson's before the first tremor ever appears. Researchers in the UK are developing just that. It costs about £80 and already shows accuracy scores far better than current methods. Prevention might soon be as simple as rolling up your sleeve. Can you imagine? And then there's a cycling study that came out on the lifestyle side of grab your bike. New research shows cycling can boost movement, mood, and even brain function in people with Parkinson's. 2 wheels, 1 brain boost. Who knew the spin class could double as therapy? This next one is kind of neat. I've got my finger on this one for future updates as well. They've come out with adaptive deep brain stimulation. Finally, a breakthrough in the brain tech. Adaptive deep brain stimulation. Think of it as a Fitbit for your brain. It reads your brain waves and adjusts stimulation in real time. It smooths the symptoms before they hit. It's not sci-fi anymore. The FDA just approved it. This is coming soon to a theater near you. This is huge. And I'm kind of excited to see this on a personal note because I'm going through an interview process right now for DBS. And it is, I think my appointment is end of this month to start that conversation. I'll be having this as the beginning of the conversation. I get what you guys have done in the past. I get it's normal, it's run of the mill, but what's adaptive deep brain stimulation about? And again, going through that personally, I can bring those updates back through this vehicle to all of you out there today. So wrapping up, there you have it. There's $1 billion deals. There's magic mushrooms. There's early detection. There's cycling for the win. There's brain tech that thinks on its feet. There's Parkinson's research. It isn't just advancing. It's blazing hot. That's your expert generally news update for the week. Stay tuned for more next time. And I am going to try and find you more zingers like I did today.
Woo. Brian, sizzling hot. That's awesome, man.
That is some great stuff. Like
it was. That's a long time.
I can only give you the headline because that took me probably 5 minutes just to get through the headlines. But there's some great headlines there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's they say, and I might be making this up a little bit, but I remember I've heard this in the past that when you and I were growing up, when we were teenagers, right?
Yeah.
It would take, if somebody thought of something new or thought of something that might work, and I don't mean just with Parkinson's, anything like the fax machine. When the fax machine was first thought of, it said it took like 5 or 6 to 10 years for that thought to go through the whole process to become reality, right? So it's like, hey, here's a good thought. They say nowadays with AI and everything that's going on, that someone has a thought and within 6 months you can have a prototype of actually working through whatever that might be. And so it's good to have that hope. Like someone has these thoughts of things that might be things that we could do. And so we can actually now put our hope in these things that there's things coming. And hey, guess what? If I got to take a magic mushroom and fly around the bathroom or fly around the basement for a little while, and maybe, it's all right. But I mean, there's so many things that I think that need to be done, need to be tested and need to make our lives easier and better.
Well, if you think about it, Bryce, levodopa was invented or brought to market in 1967. We all know there's other milestones that are stuck in 1967 as well, but I won't belabor the Toronto Maple Leafs. But if you think about it, what have people like us with Parkinson's had to hang on to, hope for?
Agreed.
roll the dice. We can't get the dice in anybody's hands to even friggin' roll them. But now we got some good stuff coming down. This is right. Exciting. There's a lot of good stuff, and I may not see it to make a difference in my personal life. But I'm all over this because I want to make a difference in everybody that got diagnosed after me, and I want to put the bloody neurologists out of business for Parkinson's diagnosis. That's my goal.
And on that disclaimer, if you're a neurologist watching today, we love you.
I'm only taking away the one swim lane. They can swim in all the other ones.
You're totally right. You know what? There's enough other things out there they can work on. And you're 100% right. You know, Brian, I've got to be honest. I was so upset during COVID, you know, because when like you think about this, here comes this new thing with this COVID thing's coming. What is this? Oh my God, the whole world's in pandemic. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, we've got 3 different. Oh, boom, boom. We got a vaccine. We got a vaccine. We got a vaccine. We know what it is. We know where it came from. And vaccine, and they had the drugs ready to go. And I'm sitting there going, 100 years, man. We've been sitting here nothing's changed. And how can they?
Look what they did with AIDS.
That's same exactly. Thing. So why not? And it makes.
And I'm not mad at those diseases. I'm happy. I'm more than happy.
Agree. Absolutely.
Right? But can I get?
Yeah. How about come on this side?
Can you just answer the phone?
Somebody. Does anybody know? Has anybody heard of this before? Because there's a few million of us shouting from the rafters that we need help. So anyway, those are really exciting. That they're things that we can put our hope in. We can hope things are changing. We can believe that things are going to be different. You know, for us living day to day, and for those that are coming after us. So thank you, Brian. I think those amazing updates, and they're getting cool. They're getting better. And you know, and go back and re-listen to that again, because rewatch that again, because there was so much gold and so many nuggets in what you had to say. That's amazing. But you know what, Brian? The one thing that they're not going to want to watch again when we do it, you know what that is?
I have a good idea. I think it rhymes.
Get ready for the only game show where the stakes are low, but the side eyes are high. It's time for Shakey or Fakey, the game where one fact is true, one is totally made up, and Bryce and Brian pretend they studied. Will they nail the neuroscience or flunk the funk? Play along in the comments and see if you can beat the bros. Let the Shakey showdown begin.
All right, Brian, there is no fooling around today. I am tired. I'm tired of losing. I am tired of you doing so well. I am tired of it. So this one,
last one was awesome, my friend.
We had a good time. No, you're right. Last episode was fantastic. And
you're right. Challenger, though. I need a challenger.
Okay, well, they're lining up.
I love it when we can't do it when we're recording, obviously, but you know, is there people lining up now?
Yeah, we got a couple. We need more, though. We need more. There's a form in the description, and I think will be in the first comment of this video. Fill the form out and come play with us. It's just for fun. You will see how
nice Bryce and I really are.
You're right, and I will protect you. If Ryan gets too competitive, I will stand up and I'll fight for you.
Because I'm the physical one in the group. I don't think so. No, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm a fighter, not a lover. I know.
Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney.
Well, listen, you better come out throwing some left hooks on this one, because you're right. Last one was so good, but I still lost, and I want to win because you're not the only competitive person on this panel.
I know.
All right, so here we go. You can play along with the game or play along with us. It's Shakey Fakey time. I'm going to ask Brian a series of questions, and they're either true or false. If they're true, it's Shakey, and if they're false, it's a Fakey. And in the comments, you can put a 1 and put Shakey or Fakey and play along, and then let us know how you make out. Your whole goal right now, as you're watching or listening, is to beat Brian. And so here it is, and we're going to get started right away. You ready for this, Brian? Here we go.
Hit me.
All right, here's question number 1. REM sleep behavior disorder, acting out dreams, only starts after a Parkinson's diagnosis. So the REM sleep behavior disorder, i.e. acting out dreams, only starts after a Parkinson's diagnosis. And if that's true, that's a Shakey, and if it's false, it's a Fakey.
So if I read between the lines, what you're asking is a Parkinson's patient the only person that has vivid dreams that they act out?
Yeah, in Parkinson's, right? So in Parkinson's, you know, when this REM sleep behavior disorder, it's called, it's disorder.
That's the only trigger for vivid dreams
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it's saying. Only starts after a Parkinson's diagnosis. So if you didn't have the vivid dreams before you were diagnosed.
I'm going to go Fakey.
You want a Fakey?
Yeah, before I change my mind.
I thought I'd trick you up on that one, my man. It is a fakey. Yes, it can appear years, even decades before diagnosis, right? Same idea. It's the same thing as you're losing your loss of smell, right? These things happen, after.
I lost my sense of smell in 2009, but I was diagnosed in 2018.
Exactly.
So really, I'm 16 years in.
100%. And so if you're having these vivid dreams and not it is another one of their symptoms of having Parkinson's, is having these vivid dreams. I think I've been having vivid dreams since I was a kid, but probably different than they are today. But regardless, you are 1 for 1, my friend. That was Fakey. Yes. So good for you. Good for you. That was fantastic.
All right. Good.
All right. Who else is 1 for 1? Put it in the comments if you're 1 for 1 as we move on to question number 2. Here we go.
Yeah.
Number 2. Taking a higher dose of immediate release levodopa at bedtime is the best way to prevent stiffness at night. Taking a higher dose of, regular levodopa at bedtime is the best way to prevent stiffness at night. Is that Shakey or Fakey, Brian?
So if I look at Brian, he takes pills right before bed.
Yeah.
And in that concoction of pills is 1 levodopa only, where the other 7 doses that I take 3 levodopa. So if you do the quick math, I'm taking 22 a day.
Yeah.
And
only 1 before bedtime? Is that what you're saying?
I want to take 1 before bedtime. And
so regardless of what time you're at, you just take
it. So if I go to 7 years since my formal diagnosis, I have never had freezing at night. So I'm going to say it's a Fakey.
You never had what did you say now?
I have never had a frozen incident past 8 p.m. or really? before before 8 a.m.
Okay.
That 12-hour window. I don't
so you're freezing. It just plays by the rules. Like you give it a time and just between this time and this time, and it works.
That's how we run a house.
That makes sense. And you said that was Fakey. Is that what you said?
I did.
Yeah, you're right, Brian. That's 2 for 2 because, it just wears off too quickly. So you can take as much as you want. It's still going to blow out in that 3-4 hour span or whatever it might be. So it's Fakey. It usually wears off too quickly. Controlled release or other strategies are better. So that's back to my story. And, I take, every 3 hours, and then I was just, taking my regular meds. Now that I take the extended release, it does extend it a bit longer. And I think that's doing a much better job for me. So taking more at night, it might be good for the first bit, but it's still going to run out. So you're 2 for 2, Brian. That was too easy, huh? All right.
You made me think, and I had to talk through it, and I put some logic behind it to get the answer that I did.
All right.
It was a good question.
Oh my God. Okay.
Just because I get them right doesn't make them easy. You've asked some good questions.
Okay. And you know what? Then you are Brian, living up to your name.
I'm trying.
You really are. Okay. All right. Here's question number 3. Again, where are you at? Brian's 2 for 2. Where are you at? Put it in the comments. Here we go. Question number 3. People with Parkinson's are more likely to wake up to use the bathroom at night because the bladder muscles are affected, not just because they drink fluids late in the evening. So people with Parkinson's are more likely to wake up to use the bathroom at night than people without Parkinson's, because the bladder muscles are affected by Parkinson's.
I'm going to go Shakey. I don't need to do any reconnaissance on that one.
What did you say? You said Shakey? Did you say Shakey or Fakey?
I said Shakey.
You said Shakey.
Shake.
We are knocking these out fast. You are 3 for 3, Brian.
All right.
Yep. Autonomic dysfunction plays a big role in that. So you're 3 for 3. That is amazing. Look at you go.
You're putting out big words, though. Look at you.
Did you see me knock that one out? I didn't even stumble either. It was like
it flowed off like a.
Wow. I've been practicing a lot, Brian. I really have.
It shows.
Oh my God, you're hilarious. I love you. All right, so here we go. He's 3 for 3. What are you? Okay, so I'm gonna have to knock one off here. Ready for this one?
Yep.
Okay, here it is, Brian. Here comes the shake up.
I'm ready.
I woke up at 3 a.m. and I tried to get out of bed, but I was so stiff I just rolled right onto the floor. My wife said, well, at least you saved us trouble. You saved us trouble of making the bed. Here we go. Read one more time. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I tried to get out of bed, but I was so stiff, I just rolled right onto the floor. My wife said, well, at least you saved us the trouble of making the bed. Is that Shakey or Fakey? Now that's, if you're new here, this is either a comment from a viewer or a listener.
Or a
Bryce made it completely.
Bryce made it up. No, this is a good one. A lot. I tell people that, when I'm restless in bed, you can't roll around, right? You just want to roll over to get more comfortable. It's like wrestling an alligator.
It's wild.
Like, but I'm gonna go shaky on this. I think this happened.
You would go shaky on that one. Yeah, you would. And you're right. You're absolutely right. Mm-hmm.
See, if you wrestle an alligator, you're going to fall out of bed.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And maybe you wake up with blood on you, just like Brian did. So that's shaky. You're 4 for 4. Oh my God.
Woo.
All right.
Start the car.
I'm telling you, 4 for 4, everybody. 4 for 4. Who's challenging that in the comments? All right, Brian, moving right along. You ready for this?
I am ready for 5.
Okay. I love this one. You ready for this? I love this one.
Yep.
I had a vivid dream that I was chasing a chicken. When I woke up, I was standing in the kitchen holding the TV remote like it was a drumstick. Is that shaky or is that fakey? I'll read it again.
This is a 50-50.
I had a vivid dream that I was chasing a chicken. When I woke up, I was standing in the kitchen holding the TV remote like it was a drumstick. Is that something Bryce made up or is that an actual comment?
It sounds like a Bryce made up. It really does.
Oh, does it?
But I can also see that happening. Like Rocky Balboa was the only one to chase chickens.
There you go.
Right?
I've chased some chickens.
It's got a Bryce twang to it.
Does it?
Yeah, it's like
almost like the saucy sauce.
Yeah.
I wish I could claim that. This still wasn't.
You know what? I'm gonna go shaky.
You're going shaky? You think that's a true comment from
final answer? Yep.
That's all you finally locked it in.
I locked it in.
I was going to give you an opportunity to phone a friend, Brian.
I don't have any.
Well, for you and everybody else, that was a made up one by Bryce. That was a fakey. Your instincts were correct.
Yep.
I
was really hoping it was real because I think that's kind of a funny story.
It is a funny story. It should happen, right? It should. Maybe it'll happen now that we put it in our brains. Maybe you're gonna wake up. Yeah. You're gonna wake up chomping on a remote control tonight in your sleep.
All right, so we're 4 for 5.
4 for 5. I've got a couple more. Yeah. That was 5 questions already.
Yeah.
And you're 4 for 5. No, we definitely
80%.
have. Okay, we have.
I'd love to do one more.
Okay, let's do one more. Okay, here we go. Here's question number 6 then. And everybody else, you're beating Brian. If you're 5 for 5, you won so far. Question number 6: night sweats and feeling overheated are just normal aging, not related to Parkinson's.
That's fake. I know it for a fact because I've slept in the swimming pool the last 3 nights, aka my bed.
And that was a fast one. Brian laid that one down. I bet you there's no one beat him to the punch.
I hate the sweats. I just hate it.
Oh, I do too. And I wake up like I wake up, Brian, when you watch TV and someone died on TV, then they were doing an investigation and they draw the chalk around their outline, outline the body. When I get out of bed in the morning, you could look at my bottom sheet and you could, it's like there's like someone was soaking wet, like soaking wet.
I hate it.
Unbelievable. But yeah, you knocked it out of the park. Absolutely. That temperature regulation problems are linked to Parkinson's and autonomic changes for sure.
It is terrible.
Yeah, it's awful. And that makes you 6 for 7.
5 for 6.
5 for 6.
We did one extra.
Well, you know what happens when Brian has only missed 1 or 2 questions?
We got to put everything on the line.
He has the opportunity to gamble.
I got to push the chips in. I got to stand up.
Is he going all in? Is he going to go in for the bonus question where he either wins it all, right? Wins it all and takes home the grand prize of just being able to say he won, or he loses it all and goes home not so happy. So, Brian, would you like to risk all of your winnings today?
Let's do it. All in.
I love it. And here it is now. And Brian, I just got an update from our producer. And he said, everybody who's watching right now is all in. So we're all going for this last question. And here we go.
Bring it.
Here we go. This is the last one. This is for all the marbles.
Got it.
I was talking in my sleep and apparently gave a full 10-minute speech about why socks disappear in the dryer. My wife said it was more entertaining than watching Netflix.
Love it.
So I was talking in my sleep, and apparently I gave a full 10-minute speech about why socks disappear in the dryer. My wife said it was more entertaining than watching Netflix.
That's
All right,
shaky.
Brian. Brian's going shaky on that one.
Absolutely.
So, like you didn't hear any Bryce in that? That was not no Bryce. You didn't.
The only leakage of a Bryce coming out of that one was the public speaking. I know you're really good at that.
You don't think I made that one up, eh?
Nope.
Okay. Well, producer is letting me know that there's 50-50 in the comments right now. So I'm going to give you one opportunity to turn that back and go Fakey.
No, I don't want curtain number 1 or curtain number 2. I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Congratulations, Brian. You have won it all. Yes, that was Shakey. As we said earlier, sleep talking and acting out dreams, sometimes hilariously, is very real with REM sleep disorder. So congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. I would love to have those dreams when I'm given a keynote. I love that.
Hey, those are my dreams. I am chasing things, but in the same breath, yeah, but I don't move. I don't get out of bed. I wish sometimes I did. Like I would love to see. So anyway, let's end this first, okay?
That's it for this round of Shakey or Fakey, where the facts are fuzzy and the fun is fully intentional. Think you can do better? Sign up to be a guest and take on Bryce or Brian in a future showdown. Just follow the link in the description, and you might be the next contestant on Shakey or Fakey. Cue the awkward outro music.
Yes, I wanted to end the segment because I was going to go right into the next one, and I want to make sure that we have enough time to make sure we give some tips and some victories out to everybody as well.
Absolutely.
But the one thing that we're joking about, but actually probably serious about, is we're literally going to install like what do you call it? A camera that turns on when there's movement, like in the middle of the night, because I see what's happening. Because Carmen says it's just and things that are going on, and see if I'm
smart
moving, and just want to capture it to kind of see what it looks like. So
we'll for sure.
Yeah, because she thinks sometimes she's in such a deep sleep that she knows she's awake. She knows she hears me talking, like having these discussions and solving the world's problems all at once. But anyway, so we're gonna do that. So maybe we'll have some funny video we can share next time that we do this. So I can,
cool.
As long as it's as long as
you can do that. You can share. If I took some video on my phone and send you the clip, you could share it in here.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we can do it. Okay. We can absolutely.
I might send you a clip from the Super Walk.
That's a great idea. Do that. I'll do one. You do one, and we'll share it with everybody. Let's do it.
Because I got Sandy. Sandy's our team lead and captain. And
absolutely, 100%.
Also, our number one fundraiser. So I know Sandy's on these calls quite a bit.
All right.
She won't be on today's because we're recording it. But Sandy, we're thinking about you. You are a star.
Yep.
And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Okay, let's do it. We'll both bring a little video. We'll update everybody, show how we're doing the Super Walk. I just found out. I got a thing. Hey, thank you for joining the Super Walk. Can you do the keynote speech, please? I'm like, okay. So now I got to figure that out here by Saturday. So anyway, let's do this.
In your pocket, or do you have to write it?
I got to write it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask any more questions on that. I'll give you back the baton. Lead this meeting.
I love it.
Don't let me railroad you.
Oh my God, it's so wild, right? It's like I do all these things, and then the next Saturday I'm doing I have to go to do a golf tournament. They asked me to speak there as well. So we'll see. Nice. I love it. Any opportunity I can get to kind of share and advocate for what's going on, I think we'll take it, the better, right?
Are you golfing as well?
No, I wasn't invited. Okay. I wasn't invited. I don't know if that was I would have.
Throw your clubs in the trunk just in case.
Yeah, well, you know what they said? So they said, sure. Well, listen,
you'll be coming later in the day, though.
If we can have you there at 6 o'clock, because the last ones will be finished about 5:30, and then I'm like, okay, sure, I'll come at 6. I'll come at 6, and I'll do the speech. So we'll do that. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, and And just so people know too, and hopefully we'll have a link in the description soon. Brian and I have been asked to be on the Brian Grant Foundation's webinar on October the 6th. So we're going to be doing that live, and we'll get you all that information.
Exciting.
Yeah, so we'll get you that information to come and check it out and watch the show and see what we do over there. So that's really cool. So that's
Bryce, it's interesting. You brought this opportunity to us, which was great. And you mentioned Brian Grant, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. He was an NBA basketball player, ended up getting Parkinson. So I did do some research on him.
Yeah.
And I know enough to be dangerous about him now. What's interesting is it's kind of like when you buy a car and it's a certain green. All of a sudden, every car you see, it's that green. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything I attend outside of our core infrastructure stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was on a Davis and Finney webinar late last week.
Yeah.
They spent 4 or 5 minutes talking about the Brian Grant Foundation.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I know. It's like I always said too, it's like, when you're pregnant, you're pregnant. And what that meant was when I have 3 kids, but every time we were pregnant, that all of a sudden I saw all these baby ads. I saw things about babies, things about being pregnant, right? It's wild. So you're 100% right. I'm exactly the same way. I'm seeing it. I'm hearing about the foundation and different things, and it's really cool. So they're doing some really cool stuff out there. So we're excited to be a part of that and join them. And if you're watching, Amy's watching from Brian Grant. Hello, Amy. So we're excited to be with you. So that's a victory for us and a victory for whatever. So why don't we do this really quick, Brian? Let's do some tips and some little victories with sleeping. So I talked about this a little bit earlier, but my win right now, I mean, I've got a couple of them, but actually I'll give you the 2 wins. My win right now is the slow release levodopa at bedtime, right? It buys me a few hours, and that's working really well. And then my magnesium spray that we talked about.
Can I just ask you a question? How many levodopa of the slow release do you take? Is it just one?
It depends. So what I do is this depends on my last dose, like when I'm falling asleep. So for example, I do my meds every 2 hours and 45 minutes now. So if I literally, just like, if it's time for me to take my levodopa, like it's been that 2 hours and 45 minutes, I'll take my regular, like at bedtime, I'll take my regular 3 levodopa and one of the slow release
at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
cool.
then if I haven't, let's say I took my meds an hour and a half ago, or I was halfway through that, then I will just take 2 slow releases at night. I don't take my other stuff. So I don't mess up my timing with my regular levodopa, but depending on how long it's been since I had that dose, then I add in that extra.
So the 3 levodopa are like the cars on the highway that want to go at a fairly good clip, and the slow release is that individual in the car that slows everybody down.
Yeah, 100%. So if you think of it, 100%. So for me, it takes again about 30-ish minutes for when I take my regular levodopa, from about 30-ish minutes for it to kick in, right? So I know I know what's going to happen. Between 25 and 35 minutes. Yeah, exactly. The slow release one, it just sprinkles it over a longer time. So it just sprinkles a little bit in every right. And so it takes about that 4 or 5 hours to digest or to manifest itself. So when I wake up, I'm not getting like you wake up at whatever it was 2:30, 3:30, and you're taking your full hit.
Yes.
For me, it's like I'm just getting maybe half or a quarter of but which is better than 0, if that makes sense.
Great. No, for sure.
Yeah. So that's how I do it. So that and my magnesium spray on my ankles, my feet, and my stiff muscles, that keeps me loose. Those 2 are my.
You spray that before you go to bed, not when you get up, right?
Yeah, before I go to bed, I shoot the bottom of my feet.
That's the only time you do it?
Yeah, that's all the time I do it. Yeah, and now it's funny you said that, because sometimes if my shoulder's sore or something, Carmen will say, "Well, why don't you try the magnesium?" And I'm like, never thought about that, right? So I haven't done it yet, but I take the magnesium spray, I shoot the bottom of my feet, I rub my feet together, and then I go up the top. And then depending on how I'm feeling. So for example, if I'm having a really stiff day and I'm feeling like stiff and stuff, I will right my calves, like anything that's stiff. I'm just gonna do it. And it's just kind of like it just doesn't take long. And then your legs settle down, my feet aren't sore, and I have an easier time falling asleep.
Okay. When you get that from Amazon?
Yeah, the link's in the description. I think it's like $7 a bottle. It comes in a pack of 2. Not expensive. Yeah, click that link.
I gotta try it.
You have to. Yeah.
So when you spray your feet, is this magnesium spray quick drying?
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah,
you
it
don't
doesn't
have
get
slippage
everywhere.
problems, right?
No, it doesn't get everywhere. It kind of sprays on. It's almost like a mist. It comes out like a mist, like as if you're kind of just misting yourself. So it's kind of there.
Dries on touch kind of thing.
It goes away. Yeah, it goes away. Absolutely. Cool. And like I said, what I found the hardest part about the whole thing was spraying the bottom of my feet, and I just rub them together. And I don't know what that's my wife said to do that, but I do it. But anyway, I do my feet.
Bottom rubs your feet.
What?
Does Carm rub your feet?
Yeah, like bottom of my feet. I rub them together.
No, just Carm rub them.
Will she rub my feet?
Yeah.
If I ask her.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, but I know I just rub them together. I just kind of like if I can, if I'm stretchable, and then my calves and if my thighs are stiff, my thighs as well. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, try it. My trick is more routine, and that's where. And I'm getting pretty good at it. I try to get to bed at the same time, and there's about a half-hour window that I use. Or I'm going to say even an hour. It's either somewhere around 9:30 to 10:30. If I gone to bed earlier or stayed up later, yes.
Yeah.
But not consistently. The other thing I do is, I think I mentioned this on one of our hack conversations. I have a digital clock that has a little arm on it that I can point on the ceiling. So when I need to see the time, I'm very fluttering when I open, and I can see the time because the letters are fairly large on the ceiling, right? The clock was clock's $20 on Amazon. So now I have one in my room. I just threw one in my backpack. So because I always take my backpack when I travel, whether it's if I drive from here to sister-in-law's house in Pickering, I would take my backpack because in there is all the component stuff that if I needed to charge something, I've got it, right? And it's just easier to do that. But anyhow, I use that clock religiously. And we were away 6 days this past week. And I actually had my one daughter order it for me and ship it to my other daughter's house where I was headed. Because I forgot my backpack that had all my good stuff in it. But anyhow, so I try to go to bed at the same time.
Yeah.
And this one I write it down, but I'm hit and miss. I try to wind down with the no screen thing.
Yeah.
But TV's a screen.
Yeah.
So I don't follow that one as much, but I don't think that's going to be make or break Brian's sleep.
No.
And I just remind myself, and I've been doing this since I was almost a kid, because I'm a pretty good napper. Rest still counts. I heard a guy say once, if you're standing and you're tired, sit down. If you're sitting down and you're tired, go lay down. Just go rest.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen to your body.
I do chair naps.
Okay.
I'm famous for the chair nap now.
Are you really? You're that guy?
10 to 20 minutes. And the only thing I have to remember is take a piece of paper towel and tuck it in my collar. So it's like kind of pan. It'll catch all the drool.
I was wondering where you're going with that. I love that. So you just go straight out. I love it. Oh man, Brian. Man, I tell you, when we hang out,
and have some fun, right?
Oh my God, I look over and you're out. Oh Lord, we can show video on here, so we'll make sure we get.
I gotta tell. I'm not telling Laura anything about that.
There you go. Well, that's what that's really good. That's really important and really good advice. And I think that routine and that screen thing is huge. That screen thing's huge because for me, I'm lying there. And if I, and I just, I can just either play a little game on my phone. I can do something. Exactly. I think it's going to make me tired, but it's reverse, right? Your brain's moving again. You're being active, and
totally.
I think that whole thing of just, really one of the things that the last thing I'll share for me too is when I get into bed, if I need a nice sleep. I don't take it. I mean, I use my phone as my alarm, but I literally set it on a dresser at the other end of the room. Right. So that two reasons for that. If I do go into a deep sleep, it makes me get up and walk across the room to get the alarm to shut off. And that keeps me awake. Mm-hmm. And number two, I can fight the urge to look at it. Right. To look at it. That's and that's I think, really because I need to stay in that zone. I'm going to bed now. Now it's time for bed. It's not time to do this. It's the same as, and here's how I psych myself out. For example, when I'm going to be on the podcast right now, we're filming this podcast. it's not time for me to sleep. So I'm not going to try to sleep while we're doing this, right?
I appreciate that.
So when I'm sleeping, when I'm going to go to sleep, exactly. That would leave you in a pretty okay, well, Bryce is still sleeping. We'll continue on here. But you think about it. I know it sounds silly, but when we're doing this is not the time to sleep. So I'm not going to start doing things. I'm not going to start spraying my feet with my oh my God, magnesium. I'm not going to spray my feet with magnesium right now. I'm not going to take an extended, release levodopa.
Yeah.
So when I go to bed, it's time for bed. I'm not going to turn my computer on. It's not that time. So I have to think of it in that same way. Would I prepare, would I want to do something else? I don't do my bedtime routine. So when I'm doing my bedtime routine, it's not time to mix up my daytime routine. Does that make sense?
100%. Okay.
All right. If you're confused by that whole comment, just put confused in the comments, and I'll realize that I will never do it again. But hopefully that was as enough to understand. But if that makes sense,
try not to do it again. We can't commit to not doing it again. We'll try.
Absolutely right, Brian. Well, listen, today, yeah, it was good. I think it was great, right? I mean, we've talked about how Parkinson night can be brutal, but it's also manageable when we share tips, routines, and support. And in the comments, if you've got a routine, if there's things that you do that we didn't mention, put them in there so someone else can learn from you and hear from you, and just share your best practices. It helps.
Bryce, with back to school this week, do you remember as a kid? And you'd go to bed the night before, either like Sunday night, you'd crawl into bed knowing that Monday you had to go to school, and that Monday you had a big algebra test, or it was Wednesday and you had to go in on Thursday, and you knew you had to do that public speaking assignment, and the feeling in the pit of your stomach, right? You felt.
Oh yeah.
I almost can't describe it. It's a terrible feeling. You didn't want to go to sleep because you didn't want to have to wake up because you didn't want to go to school and face life. That's what this. Not every night I go to sleep, but some nights when I go to bed, I have that feeling and that thought, or I should maybe say that the other way. I have that thought that creates that feeling.
That's an awful feeling, though.
It is. I hate it.
I hate that feeling. I really hate that feeling because
there's no hockey on, so I don't have my right.
Yeah, it's like what it's almost like a job. I always tell people in the job, if you're going to bed Sunday night and you have that, oh my God, tomorrow's Monday. It's going to be awful. It's like, then maybe find a new job, right? I mean, because it's like you're not, and that's a tough feeling. So I think you're right. I mean, but here's the thing. I think that's why you always have to have something to look forward to, right? You always got to be doing something to think about. Like you're building your pickleball stadium coming up here, right? So you're gonna you got all that going on. You're getting you're buying your green giant, and you had to move. And I think sometimes too, Brent, I get that, and I don't know about you, but when I have something significant that I've been planning or working on for a long time. So for example, like okay, I'll just use you, like your move, right? So for a long time you'd be like, okay, I got this tomorrow. I know this is happening. I know that's happening. And then all of a sudden it's over. And now it's like, okay, now what? And you kind of get that, like, okay, what's tomorrow going to bring? And I that's a hard place to be in. So, reach out, man, if you need help with that too. But again, I think that it's like,
for sure.
You start every day, you go to bed and you think, oh, wait, I got that Brian Grant Foundation webinar coming up. Like, look at me.
Can't wait.
I'm going to be on that webinar, and you start thinking of the good stuff, right? It's always just feeding in what's coming on, or, hey, I get to spend, hey, tomorrow this is happening with my grandkids. Awesome. I got that. But I have to do the same thing. I have to remind myself, especially at night, when I'm lying there in the dark and I had to remind myself of all the good stuff, because that's an easy time for your mind to start to wander into the unknown. And that's a hard place to go. So,
you know what? I've got Parkinson's, but I still got to take my grandkids to their first day of school yesterday.
There you go.
So Rosie, who's 4, had her first full day of JK.
Oh my gosh.
I'd like to say she killed it, but she weathered it well. And better than so. 59 years ago for me that I went to my first day of kindergarten, and
amazing.
I told Landon and Rosie that. So for Landon, his nervousness was going to a new school, and he's in grade 6. So you're getting up in the upper threshold as being one of the big kids in the schoolyard.
Yeah.
But here's a proud moment. Let's take a couple of minutes on this one. So Landon, let me back up. The principal of the school that they go to she and my daughter Megan had exchanged emails prior to us moving.
Oh, because they both moved too, right? Like they moved too. Like so that's why Landon's a new school.
Yes,
okay,
because they were in Petawawa. They're now in Belleville.
Oh, okay.
And we've got this beautiful 3-acre property. At any rate, so Landon was. We went over prior to the first day of school, and the principal brought us in and gave us a tour. But the place was really under a lot of construction, so she invited us back on the Labor Day weekend, and we went. Yeah. So Landon had seen her a couple of times, and he'd been to the school a couple of times, so he had a little familiarity. So he was out in the schoolyard before school, and one of the yard referees, I'll call them, probably a teacher, said to your Landon, yes. She goes, well, that's your teacher over there. I don't remember her name, Mrs. So-and-so. So nobody's prompted him. He just said, oh, okay, thank you. He turned and walked towards his new teacher, and he went over and he said, hi, I'm Landon Boyd. I'm new to this school. This is my first day, and I'm in your class. And I went, wow.
He introduced himself.
She told him she's never had a grade 6, grade 8. She's never had a student come close to being that responsible and adult-like.
Wow.
It's just proud moments like that. So, yeah, life, I got shit going. Pardon, I said it again. I got stuff going on.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I get to see moments like that. Hear about moments like that. So if I want happy feelings, I turn down that road real quick.
Well, and let's take a lesson from Landon. Let's all take a lesson from Landon.
Totally.
He's nervous. He's nervous. It's a brand new school.
Yeah.
He's great. He's 6. He's at that awkward age too, right? He's like 12, 13 years old. He's or even less, 11. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's 11.
Yeah, 11. So he's 11. You're at an awkward age. You left your friends behind. You're walking into a brand new environment, a brand new school. There's anxiety. It's hard. And what does he do? He just takes a deep breath. And he's proactive, not reactive, proactively goes. Yeah. And that's a lesson to all of us that, no matter what we're going through and no matter what change is happening, that, we can be proactive. We can be that person. So right on Landon and Rosie stepping up for the first time and Landon moving to new school. So that's, amazing. So congratulations to them. And
thanks,
and you know what? Congratulations to you too, Brian. You get to be a part of that. You're right there. You're the high five and grandpa. You're not just hearing about it on Facebook. So
I'm a player coach, absolutely.
so good for you. Good for that. What a happy household down in Belleville. That's amazing. And everybody else is Belleville, right? And everybody else is just hammering down. So and Landon, just so everybody knows, Landon is going to be a YouTube star at one point in his life. So that is something that he's already working on. So my name's Landon. Welcome to my, here's who I am. Right.
He gives me daily updates to our subscription.
He wants to
look all that stuff. He gives me daily updates of our subscription number.
Oh, you mean of subscribers and stuff like on the YouTube?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't have to check it. It's like he's reading the newspaper to me.
Oh, that's fantastic. We got a little fan.
Yeah, we're gonna bring him on. We're gonna bring him on a show soon and interview him.
Yeah, well, we'll put him to work too. We'll get him to do something. Maybe we'll go give him something to.
I like that.
To work.
He'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's work on that. I love it.
Anyhow,
my kids are too old and cool now for that. So
I got to quit talking so much because I'm derailing you.
No worries. We're good. It's all good. If it's all good. Well, listen.
You'd cut me off if you had to.
No, I would. Hey, you know that I would just hit a button here and play music or something.
I've been muted by better than you, my friend.
Well, listen. If you made this far, I do have a Bryce-ism, and we're going to do this. This with Parkinson's, the nights may be long, but they don't get to define the morning.
I love it.
They love it. Okay. Well, listen, Brian. You have a good week, and until next time, you know what? Let's keep showing up. Let's keep being real, and let's keep your life in motion. And we will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.
Can't wait.
Hey, buddy. Right. Talk to you later.
Cheers.
You did it. You made it through another episode of Life in Motion. That's 20 to 30 minutes you could have spent folding laundry, Googling your symptoms, or rearranging the 14 pill bottles on your nightstand. Instead, you hung out with Bryce and Brian. That's friendship. Or questionable time management. Either way, we're grateful. Be sure to follow the show, leave a review, or just yell, "I have Parkinson's and I'm fabulous," into your backyard. We'll hear you. Probably. New episodes drop regularly. unless we both forget. Until next time, keep laughing, keep shaking things up, and if you find our train of thought, please return it.